Hi, so this is Carmen or Digital Femme, and I am actually doing a oh, behind the scenes live stream for the Twitter space for Over the Reality. There's right now a lot of things happening right now, guys. So I have my mobile phone ready. I am on the Twitter space. I am waiting for people to come on. I hope both co-founders of Over the Reality come on. It appears you've been by yourself in this call for more than 3 minutes. That's just Discord. Okay, Discord. I can't. Let's just. Oh, there. Yes. All right. Hi. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Over the Reality Twitter space. Let us add Diego and Davide. I'm so glad both of them can make it. Hi, Alex. Thank you for joining. And let's wait for about 3 minutes until people come on. And I know I had tweeted the link earlier. Hi, Chris. Thank you for joining. We're just waiting for 3 more minutes for people. Hi, Joe. Thanks so much for joining. It's early for you, I believe. Hey, Giazas. Thank you. Come on, everybody. It is Wednesday. And you know what that means. Almost the weekend. All right. Hi, Legolas. Thank you so much. Joe, really loving what you're doing with the nerfs and what is it? The what's it called? KPI? AI? Hang on. Let me just check. And I saw a bunch of 3D maps that you created, Legolas. Super cool. All right. We're gonna wait a few more minutes. Just get settled here. Okay. Da, 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 da. And if you haven't already, GSS and Joe and Legolas, please retweet the Twitter space link so your followers know what's happening, just to alert them. Please, thank you so much. Hope everybody's doing well. All right. Perfect, perfect. There's so many things going on this week and this summer. I can't believe it's already like mid-June. Ooh, you just retweeted it. Thank you so much. I'm pretty sure Diego and Davide are like, I wonder if Davide, are you gonna come up and speak? Hey Hex, I invited you as speaker. All right. I know Hex is gonna retweet the Twitter space link if he didn't already. All right, there you go. Come on, let's go. I know who is it? Metaverse Mints on Monday's Twitter space that you guys had with Hex and Joe. There were like 19, it's 19 attended, which is a really good number considering how early it is. Hey Chromo, thanks for joining. Hey Swavery, all the way from Toronto. All right, the room's starting to fill up a bit. How about another minute, guys? And then I know that people will slowly pop in. And it's a great thing that the Twitter space is recorded. So, I was kind of thinking we should do another live stream on YouTube. But the Twitter space was scheduled way in advance already. And I just figured let's just keep things simple. Let's not complicate things to last minute. That's never a good thing. All right. Well, you know what? One more minute. I'm going to give it one more minute. Where is everybody? It's Wednesday. All right. Okay. One more minute. Oh, see, they're coming in. Hi, 8 White Lightning 8. I'll follow you back. Thank you for joining our Twitter space. where we get to find out how Over is shaping the future of augmented reality. All right, I think I'm going to start. I'm going to give myself a countdown. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Now, before we start the Twitter space, I do need to say that nothing discussed today should be taken as financial advice or an endorsement to use or invest in any specific crypto asset or protocol. Over. Okay. Anyway, so can we say how lucky we are to have both Davide and Diego together with us in this Twitter space? Like, really, if you missed our first ever YouTube live stream with David and Diego, I'll pin the link at the top for anyone to save and watch later. And you know what's interesting is in that live stream, they were able to share their first thoughts on Apple's Vision Pro headset. So it's definitely exciting times ahead for the augmented reality space. Okay, so we both have Diego and Davide here. Let's bring them on. They're okay. They're ready set as speaker. Perfect. Hi guys.
Hi, Carl. Hi. Hi, all.
Hey, we're so lucky we get to have both of you guys again. Woohoo.
Great to be here.
I know. Okay, I know we've done this before, but I know there's also a few people that are new to Over the Reality. So if for the listeners that are new to us, please explain what Over is and what the platform currently can do. Diego.
Yeah. Maybe I take this. So, first of all, thanks for being here. And yeah, I mean, for the guys that doesn't know us, I mean, what is Over? Over is an augmented reality platform. So, our vision, our idea is to build a platform to augment, to add the physical world with AR content. So, specifically, what we do, what we concentrate on is AR content that is geolocalized, so it's connected to specific locations. And the way we do it is by tokenizing physical space. So think about the web. In the web, you have a web page, a web domain, and you, for example, Diego.com, you decide the content over there. In space, in the physical world, you have geographic coordinates. In fact, we refer to this digital space as OVR lands or spatial domain. So you buy the geographic coordinates of a location, I don't know, for example, the Colosseum, and then you can publish content in augmented reality in that location. So instead of publishing on a web page in 2D, you publish in 3D in the location. And then, so far so good. I mean, you have a way to define where things will be published and who can publish where. But now you have a problem. How do you actually connect this asset to the location? What is technically how you do that? So the easy way to do that is just with GPS. So you just use the GPS system that locates in space. But the problem with that system that is not enough for our vision because it's not very precise. So, for example, you want to have an avatar in front of the door, or somebody, or I don't know, an avatar explaining you about the history of a place, and need to be specific in one place. With GPS, you will not be able to obtain that, especially if this happens indoor, for example, where GPS doesn't work. So we built this system that is called Map to Earth, but I guess we will talk more about that later. That allows people to connect assets to locations very precisely. And finally, we have some tools to publish content. So we have two kinds of publishing tools. One is a web builder, where the creator doesn't have to have specific skills. It just needs to drag and drop 3D files or NFTs that he owns, and that they will be published in the physical location. While we also have a more expressive tool that is a Unity SDK. So if you can code in Unity, you can actually publish complex things, interactive things. You can even code games inside of the Over metaverse. And by the way, we just launched this week also a competition for the best creators to create games that works on Over. And yeah, that's it, the very high level of what we do. Of course, we also have other features that we are going to release actually in the coming months. One of these that we are very proud of is AI avatars. So it's this AI powered by open source large language models that we allow people to actually publish characters that are kind of alive, because basically they can respond to your questions, they can have a memory, they can have specific personalities that you can define as the owner of these avatars. And yeah, and that's it, very, very high level what we do.
That's it. Okay, well there, cowboy. That's awesome. I mean, if I literally was just somebody who didn't know anything about over the reality and I happened to come onto this Twitter space and I heard what you just said, I would be my jaw would drop. I would literally be like, "Oh my god, what's going on here? Like this is like amazing." Thank you so much for that. Okay, so here's the next question. You know what? We've been emphasizing our Apple's not Apple. Oh my god. We've been emphasizing our app's map to earn features and really encouraging our community to head out and 3D map their city. And you know what? We've had a large number of nerfs generated last month, so much so that Over had to obtain more servers. So here's a question for you, Davide. How does Over's AR platform leverage nerf capabilities to enhance the user experience and create realistic virtual environments?
Yeah, thank you for the question, Carmen. So first of all, as you know, Over is an augmented reality platform. So the idea is to geolocalize content in space with accuracy, thanks to this mapping activity. And then, thanks to the artificial intelligence that is under this technology that is called neural radiance field, where we can recreate a photorealistic representation of the location. In our case, the digital unities that they overland. We can also create a remote experience. So the concept under the digital twin idea pass through the photorealistic representation of the environment. So in a way, I can augment, for example, the Colosseum with a touristic experience or a game. In the same way, I can invite my friend to join in the same place, the same activity, but from remote. So this is huge because in a way, actually, I can see an Earth like a video, an orbital video, as you notice on our marketplace, and very soon also to our application, like a TikTok infinite scroll, you will see all the maps generated by the users, and this became huge in a way you can remotely visit the location. We are going to introduce the opportunity also to walk inside this photorealistic representation. So it's a game changer. In a way, of course, I'm in the Colosseum, I have an augmented reality experience. Okay, I can invite my friends to have the same experience, or I can meet new friends that would like to be in the Colosseum, but they're on their own, for example. So we believe that in the next future, as much maps we can reach as a virtual representation of the world, we can achieve this big result that is not a metaverse represented by a cartooned 3D environments or 3D manual modeled environments, but is the real digital twin. So we can see the same things in the same time, but from remote. And that way, the distance in between are becomes zero.
Oh, thank you so much for that and clarifying that. You know, speaking of nerfs, I'm like and nerfs and other nerf apps. I'm sure that there are others out there, and we know that one of them for sure is Luma Labs AI. So I have a question for you, Diego. Have you tried the Luma AI app and just to see how it compares with Over's map to earn feature? And also, what are the key differences, if any, between Luma Labs AI nerfing and Over?
Yeah, no, thanks for the question. So, yeah, of course, we know Lumalas very well, and they have an amazing product. So, I mean, they are concentrated there. I mean, the main focus is Nerf. So, I mean, we have two different approaches. First of all, they are focused on their Web2 company, so they don't have the Web2 twist over there. So there isn't this idea of mapping the world, of owning the NFTs of the maps that are generated and so on. So right now, it's more on generating the content. I would say that the quality of their nerves is very, very high. But also, I can say that there is a kind of, they're very high also because they limit the devices that can do that. So in order to do a nerve with them right now, to the best of my knowledge, but it's like that the last time I checked, you need to use an iPhone Pro that have a LiDAR. And that is because that is the reason why you see that more clearly, because they use the LiDAR to estimate the depth from the pictures that they take. So the nerve, when they generate, I mean, this hallucination from the neural network, use the depth map. And if you hit the depth map through the LiDAR, of course, that comes smoother. But to us, I mean, we had a little bit different angle. And I don't want to to say what is good and what is not, but it's just different. So they are very focused on generating very high quality content and allowing also certain devices to do that. In our case, it's more about allowing to the greater number of people possible to actually map the world. And so because of that, we decided to use a technology that is not limited to using the LiDAR, but works with basically any RGB camera on the smartphone. And so this is the two main differences. So the Web3 approach, and so the idea of mapping the world, generating these point clouds that use as reference for precise geolocalization plus the nerve, while in the other case, it's more about generating very, very good high quality nerve without the Web3 components. But still, I mean, I guess they're doing some great job.
Thank you so much for that, because like you're online on Twitter and everywhere else, and you see a lot of chatter and tweets about Luma Labs AI, and they have a community tweeting about their nerfs and stuff like that, and a lot of people are sliding into our DMs and asking, oh, like Luma Labs is doing this, what's the difference? So for everybody that wants to know, Diego gave a really great example and an explanation. So really, really thank you for that. Okay, let's get on to the next question. Let's talk about AI, artificial intelligence. So did you know, really, I'm going to say this, did you know that back in 2015, I put out a tweet trying to get people to transition from IoT, like the Internet of Things, to AIoT, the artificial intelligence of things? Because let's face it, like we all know AI, and we're seeing it today, AI will greatly impact the world in ways we may not even know about it yet. So here's a two-part question, Davide. Part A, how does the integration of AI on Over contribute to enhancing user interactions and overall user experience? And B, can you explain how the AI avatars on Over are developed and what level of customization and interactivity can users expect?
Yeah, thanks, Carmen. So as you know, I'm very passionate since the last years to the deep learning motivation and all the activity under this kind of expression of artificial intelligence in terms of course, the NLP parts. Next to the NLP as GPT-4, for example, and the cognitive part, so all the computer vision stuff with deep learning neural networks. So coming to Over and looking to the different angles we are applying the artificial intelligence to our platform, we can split in two parts. One is the AI we apply on the map-driven activity. So as already mentioned, all the neural fields models, of course, leverage on AI models. And this is huge in a way we can reconstruct, we can recreate this virtual representation of the real world without the need to manually make 3D models of that. The second aspect is the fact that we are animating avatars thanks to the AI. And then you will see during our roadmap that we are here also other angles. For example, the opportunity to leverage on these new techniques called text to mesh, for example.
So if anybody's watching this, I'm actually doing a behind the scenes live stream of a Twitter space that I'm hosting with Over the Reality. Not sure if you can hear the speakers, but I did put a link to join the Twitter space in the description somewhere.
Not only to a 3D modeling system. So talking about the AI avatars in that way, as you know, we are working hard to create this new kind of NFTs that will be the brains of these avatars, where you can put both the personality, the aspect, the clothing. And in that case, you can create virtual companions, virtual assistants, touristic guides, and so on. So I'm very excited what is happening in terms of generative AI and the fact that our users can easily create experiences, because you can create also games to the NPCs. Like imagine a Westworld. Probably some of you already know the series, the famous series Westworld, where this robot now interact with humans in this Western city. So in the same way, we permit the people to express themselves, the creativity to create games or create also business under this stuff. It's not only a question to create these chatbots that are only text chats, like ChatGPT, for example. ChatGPT, of course, like in character.ai, you can text to these personalities. You can create them, of course, but we can add more thanks to Over, because we have this spatial web where it's not only text, but it's only character physics, movements, aspects, and feelings that goes out the simply text.
Wow, thank you for that, Davide. Now, I want to reset the room. Thank you for those who just recently joined us. I want to do a shout out to the Derby, Balboski, Virtual Fitness, Mints, Crypto Bangers. Who else that recently? Medigate, Milano, Stadium, SW2 Map, Vitor, thank you, Sixella, Maud, Oxleen, Alex. Yes, Alex was, I think, one of the first ones. Thank you so much. So we're here with Over the Realities co-founders, Davide Catini and Diego Di Tommaso. And we're actually going to find out how Over the Reality is really shaping the future of augmented reality. So if you have any questions, save them for towards the end, and you can ask Davide and Diego all these things. So thank you so much for joining, and let's get back into the next question. And this one's for Diego. Now, let's talk about Nerf AI avatars and digital twins. So by combining the 3D maps, or they're called over maps, AI avatars, and the ability to use digital twins, Diego, what are some unique use cases or industries where Over's Nerf AI avatars and digital twin capabilities can you see make a significant impact?
Wow, this is a kind of big question, but yeah. So I wanted to start just to reframe it just for a moment the digital twin concept regarding the Nerf and the maps in general. So I mean, the way we see it, and the thing that really excites us on this is the fact that this that we call more in general over maps that basically contain two main assets. So one is the 3D map of the location, the other one is the Nerf that you see now that is just a fly-through for the moment. To us, is the portal to the augmented reality metaverse. Why I say that? For two reasons. So one, of course, as I mentioned at the beginning, the fact that without this precise localization system, you cannot have really an AR metaverse because things will not be where you want. So if you don't have this computer vision system to locate assets in space precisely, you kind of can do a metaverse, an AR metaverse, but not really. You cannot really edit the physical world. So this is the first part, or the first value proposition of these maps. But the second one that we still have to see actually in action, but we will see it very soon, is basically that we can really create a digital twin. What does it mean? The fact that it's not only you can have just a fly-through inside these maps, but you will be able to navigate inside this real time. So it means that you can create a 3D representation of the location that you mapped just by taking those pictures. And so this is, to us, it's very, it's very big because in this way, basically we merge the experience of AR and VR through these unique assets. And so if you think about that, if you think about AR, is an experience, geolocalized AR, an experience that is very powerful, but you can have that experience only once you are in the location. So while it's powerful, in the other sense, it has, the lack of, the opportunity to bring many people there to have that same experience with you. But combining this with the virtual representation of this location, you can actually also have the potential of VR. So the potential of bringing people together in a remote location to visit a remote location. So to us, this basically restates the value proposition of what is AR and what is this, not very well-defined concept of mixed reality. To us, this is the real mixed reality. This is the real combination of AR and VR. So basically, taking the potential of VR and bringing to AR, or the opposite, but basically merging the two. So that is why, we are so focused and so excited on that. So in this way, basically the map location. Again, what I want to state, this is a portal because basically this enables precise augmented reality, but also enables a digital representation of that same location in a VR sense. And this tech to enable this, we actually filing a patent for this, and we will announce it, officially very soon. And basically, by the end of the year, you will be able to really work inside this environment. So all of these maps will be locations that start to exist in this AR over metaverse. And so this is the first part. Sorry, I go very long, but this is something that excites me really a lot. And AI avatars, of course, it's another very, very powerful thing. I mean, people will be able to personalize these avatars with the character they want. And there will be many ways in which it will be possible to personalize those. So the first way, let's call it the light way, will be just with a prompt of maximum 1,000 words to define the character of the avatar. But also, we are constantly working with the state of the art of what is possible with large language models. And so we will also add basically kind of infinite number of external knowledge. So you will be able to take whole books.
Man, all this tech talk is like
of your life and actually plug into the knowledge of this avatar. So basically you'll be able to create a kind of a copy of yourself or other people and infuse enormous amount of knowledge in this case of entities. So the use case for this is really limitless now. It's kind of creating agents. It's creating agents that you customize at will. So they can be sale agents, they can be tourist guides, they can be, virtual companions. They can be really whatever you want them to be. And the good thing is that since we don't use GPT-4, GPT-3, or GPT whatever, we don't use the APIs of a centralized company, but we use the state-of-the-art of the open source large language models. We don't have any limitations on the use cases of these large language models. And also, we basically keep up with the state of the art. So in the last 3 months, we changed 2 models. So because in the last 3 months, 2 models, one better of the other, came out. And so basically the interesting thing is that in this case, we have this object, that this AI NFT, that basically encodes the knowledge of the personality of the avatar. But this core, memories and intelligence of these avatars will actually be deployed in new state-of-the-art large language models as soon as they come out. The capabilities of these agents are already amazing. The large language models that we have right now have capabilities that are comparable to GPT 3.5. And just 2 months ago, this was not possible. So, I cannot be more excited about the use cases that people will come out with such a powerful tool.
100%, 100%. Oh, thank you. You know what? I feel this is what you just said, and Davide earlier about the AI tools and the nerfs and everything is exactly what the community would want to hear, and what's out there, what's recorded in such an eloquent way. Before we go on to the next question, I forgot. I want to do a shout out to Osman Rapp. He's one of our community managers. I forgot to mention him. I also want to say for new people that joined, Curatory UT, thank you, Purple Frog. So we're here with the co-founders of Over the Reality, Davide Cutini and Diego Di Tommaso, and we are talking about how Over is shaping the future of augmented reality. Okay, next question. Now this one's for Davide. So we wouldn't be a tech company if we didn't address privacy and security. So Davide, how do you ensure privacy and data security for users who interact with Over and who eventually create their digital twins?
Yeah, this is a very good question. We are in the European country, and so we decided from the beginning to apply all the rules and more that are inside the GDPR. GDPR, introduced European country some rules to manage the privacy and the security of the data of the users. So we decided then to hire a data protection officer, a DPO. That is something we are not obliged to do, but we decided to go in that direction. So it's a lawyer that basically has the role to control all the flow of the information and how we manage and we store this kind of information. So in terms of also of the data, of the maps, for example, then we decide also to manage our own storage, our own data center. Is something that could be considered crazy in this era of where every web service is under a cloud, a big cloud service in Amazon AWS or in Alibaba or in Google Cloud, but is a very clear decision by our team to take care about the information and not to give away all the data our user and maintaining most of the information inside our infrastructures. It's very costly. We are trying to scale in right now with the investments also in terms of GPUs because, all this AI stuff needs a lot of computational power. And so we are buying more and more NVIDIA GPU cards to grow with the infrastructures. Of course, also the backup of the data is very important. Of course, in the AI characters era, it will be more and more important now to protect the information about it. So we respect the GDPR. We are the data protection officer. We are doing our best for that. And then, of course, we respect the paradigm under the Web3 space where the users owns the maps, owns the character that are NFTs. You will see in the next milestone we are approaching. So in a way, you meet your map, you own the map, you can resell it, you can in the future also monetize because the people that want to or relocate or use the map for the digital twin must pay the user to use it or to buy it and so on. So we are, me and Diego, very focused on the Web3 paradigm, Web3 aspects. And at the same time, of course, for the information that our data center has to store, we follow the GDPR compliance.
Thank you, Davide. Thank you so much. I do want to shout out to Seba. I know you were there. Also, shout out to Hollywoodland. Thank you for joining. I don't want to miss out anybody. And if I do, it's because I'm just scrolling too fast and I'm not catching. Okay, the next question, question 7. This one's for Diego. We're going to talk about scalability and performance. Diego, in terms of scalability and performance, how does Over handle the complexities of rendering and processing the vast amount of data required for like NERF, AR, avatars, etc.?
Yeah, no, so I think that Davide kind of stole me the question in some way, but yes, I mean, we are, everybody is doing everything on the cloud right now. That basically what we learn very, very fast is that at the moment, since we are really crunching an amazing number of data, we cannot rely on third-party service, also for economic reasons, because that would be economically unfeasible to actually render all of these nerves and all of these point clouds and also serve these AI avatars from, I don't know, Amazon or whatever servers. So unfortunately, because it's really a complex task, we had to build basically a GPU cluster in our office for the moment, but we are going to expand because I don't know if you remember, 2 weeks ago, we had a spike in the maps and basically we had to buy new machines because we could not keep up with the request. So basically right now, everything is done on machines that we have here on premise and allow us to basically give out this service of doing all this calculation for free to the user that want to actually do the NERF, do the maps, and so on. And probably what we plan to do in the future is basically to bring this infrastructure to a decentralized version, because right now we are at the beginning and it's already very hard to scale up the computation, so to divide in all our clusters. But the vision is in the future to take also this computation and basically decentralize it. So give it to basically what are our node operators. So one of the features that we've been talking since the beginning that we have in our white paper, and we have right now running, but not in public, is our IPFS node. So at the beginning, when we start, thinking and dreaming about Over, we was thinking that not only the property of the lens had to be decentralized, but also basically the storage of the data needed to be on IPFS. So right now, the IPFS storage is operational, so it's just a mirror of our central servers. And by the end of the year, we would like to make it public, so at least the basically the data of the 3D files will be also decentralized. But the final goal would be actually to also have the computation for the maps decentralized. But of course, this is an additional complexity, and the additional complexity means that not only, the nodes need to have a big hard drive to store the files, but also they will need to have GPUs to actually compute the data. And so strategically, we thought that this final passage, will be probably in the next year, because right now the most important thing to us is to really work on making the mapping experience as good as it possible. And once we really, basically, we are happy with the results on how the infrastructure is scaled and how the algorithms works, because also the NERF algorithms, you will see probably in the next month, the new version of the NERF, because also this technology right now is progressing so fast. So when this is kind of stabilized, once this, is going to become a mature technology, we would like also to make the effort to decentralize it. So for the moment, we are going from the cloud to central servers, and then the second phase will be from central servers to decentralize with the nodes that do the IPFS and also the computation for this data.
Oh, thank you so much. I know the tech geeks out there are loving that answer. Thank you. Okay, guys, we're here at the last question, and then after that we can do a Q&A. So here's one for Davide, and then of course Diego can chime in. Future plans for Over. Davide, Diego, what are the future plans for expanding the capabilities of Over's platform? And I know, Diego, you kind of like said it already in the technical aspect, but also how do you guys envision Over evolving to meet the needs and expectations of users in the coming years, not just in tech, but like maybe other features?
Thanks, Carmen. So as you probably noticed, we wrote a white paper in 2019, and we are respecting the vision that is still the same. A future where we are going to have a massive adoption of what are augmented reality glasses. So what we are seeing right now in the market, we are on the step zero probably, where Apple as a trendsetter introduced the concept of mixed reality through a video pass-through headset. It's not a glass, in a sense, it's a transparent lens where you can augment the surrounding, but it's the beginning. So OVR put itself like an infrastructure of content. So we want to become the biggest aggregator of content that is sourced by the users, the content creators that can also generate value under this kind of creations. On the other hand, we have to reach mass of people that use cheap glasses that will help them.
Okay, so there is a Twitter account by the name of Chris something, and he's requesting to speak. He only has, let me see, he is...
Right now, the device to browse the content is a mobile app. We are improving that.
He has 13 followers.
We are pushing the barrier over.
And he hasn't tweeted at all. So I'm kind of hesitant to bring him on.
Of course, we are going
so let's just see.
Integrate Over inside the Vision Pro. So we apply for the SDK, and we want to go quickly also because, as you notice, Apple announced the Unity integration on that, the partnership with Unity. It is huge for us because our app is based on Unity, and so we'll be very quickly for to go there. So we, in a certain way, we abstract the hardware. So Over is not strictly connected with an hardware. Over is an infrastructure. Then, of course, the Vision Pro could be an output. The new MetaQuest Pro would be an output for us. Magic Leap, the history or the story of Magic Leap. They follow more a B2B activity. Right now, they are collaborating with Meta. So let's see, because Magic Leap is a good hardware, but it's very costly and was not at a certain point targeted for the masses. But of course, I envision a future where we will see holograms all around us that will help to us to do a lot of stuff. Thanks then to AI, thanks to the digital twins, we permit people that can move from their homes or from the hospital to still have a life that is digital represented, and not only in a cartooned way, like Roblox, but it's something that is realistic. So the vision is the same. It's also important for our community to tell them that we are following the same path since the beginning. So we are not following the trends of the new techniques or the new stuff in different ways, but we are applying all the stuff with all the techniques we can to follow the same vision that is written in that white paper. And is what I think that we are doing well in this, also because the people can trust in what we are doing, and we are not following only trends, as you know.
Yeah, and if I can add to this, I guess more in general. I mean, I think that the platform is. I mean, it's always 70% complete. I would say, in some way, because there's so many. I mean, from the core of these three main areas that I was mentioning, also the lens, the mapping, and the builder. So there's so many things that we are adding that looks like it never ends. Yet, I would say that we have at the point that where the main features kind of are out there, even if there are great improvements that can do to each one of those. But I guess that also what we would like to do from now, from this year, also for the next year, also starting really concentrating a lot on the UX side of the AR experience, because I mean, today, I mean, it's good, but we can do much more better in order to onboard the final user, because we have many stakeholders, different stakeholders inside of the platform. I mean, we have the owners of the lands and the tokens, we have the builders, and then we have the final users. So I guess that for the final users, up to date, we didn't have probably enough focus, and so we are also really thinking very hard on what is the best way to create a very good user experience. So the guy that does know nothing about AR need to be able to take the app and have an experience that they enjoy without having to know too much about AR. And this is a big challenge, but it's something really we are thinking very hard on. And of course, this also will be a very important challenge once we start integrating with smart glasses, because also the UX of AR when you are with AR with smart glasses will be totally different from the one that we have when you're using the app. And also that is the game changer, because right now, I mean, we are talking with this, amazing community that is with us here and supporting us, but we are all really early adopters, really people that understand the tech and are here because love this kind of tech. But I mean, let's remember that AR needs to be to the mainstream. And so I guess that now is the time that we're starting seeing the shift, also thanks to what Apple started with their announcement. Of course, it's not that the $3,500 device will do anything for this, but I mean, the fact that they dig deep into that and they starting working on that will start a new wave on this direction. And so we expect that in the next year, we will see not only the device from Apple, but many others. And so the attention and the broader public will come here. So we need to be ready also for the broader public to use our app, both on the smartphone, but also on the smart glasses, and enjoy that, not having to spend too much time or being too much experts to be able to actually have a good experience with AR that the wonderful creators that we have put in place. Let's remember that there is more than 17,000 creations that are being uploaded out there. So it's a huge number of creation, a huge number of AR content that people can experience. We need to create the best user experience for the final user to actually be able to explore this creation of our community. Yeah, that's it. Sorry if I went long.
No, 100%. You will never go long, Diego. Like anytime we get co-founders of a up and coming tech company that's really shaping the future of AR to talk and to share with us their thoughts and their visions, that's priceless. So please just be you, do you be you. You know what, guys, this is like amazing. We're like already 16 minutes to the hour, so that means we have time for questions. Thank you so much for being patient. Chris, I know you've been waiting patiently to ask a question. Let's bring you on. And anybody, if you have any questions for Diego and Davide, please, now is the time to ask. We don't know when we will get this we will have them together again at this time in a Twitter space, because they are quite busy. Chris, welcome. Hi, Chris. You could ask your question.
Hi, sorry, my mic was off. Thank you, Davide and Diego, for your work. We started acquiring overlands in spring of 2021, a lot of them in downtown LA. Our plan is to use that for a walking tour of downtown LA and use it for some art shows. I had 3 specific questions related to the uploading of images, or placing it in the hexagon, and secondly, accessing them. So I'll just list them off. Number 1 is, what are your plan? One of the things problems we're running into is when we put 2-dimensional pictures, or we scan a 3-dimensional image and with a Polycam, the Polycam app, and then clean it up with Blender and put it in the hexagon. Number 1 is there a way, or do you have plans coming up to be able to place it specifically in an area of the hexagon so it doesn't move around all the time depending on where you're pointing your phone? So that's question 1. Can we anchor it to a specific area in the hexagon? The second question is, when you're trying to access these images, sometimes it takes, whether it's remotely or when you're standing on the hexagon, it takes like maybe 10 seconds, right? You're waving your phone to get it. How do we speed that up? Is that solely a function of 4G, 5G, or is that a function of you're going to improve that in the app to get the images to appear on the phone quicker? And thirdly, is there a limitation for, let's say, if you have 10 people on the same hexagon, in the geographic hexagon, trying to access the image? Is that like too many people, or does it not matter how many people are trying to access images when they're actually on the hexagon? Does that slow it down, or is there a limit to that?
Yeah, good, really good question, Chris. Thank you for this. Starting from the last one, actually our system provide the capability to host 50 concurrent guests, concurrent avatars. So it's not a question of speed in terms of the number of people that is joining the room, but it's the question that every mobile app in this case has to download the content. And so you are right when you talk about this delay.
Well, you can't judge a Twitter account
if you have 4G, 5G,
by the
of
fact
course,
that
we are
they have
trying
not
to do
tweeted, because
different kind of
these 3
things to try to
questions are
speed
like
up the
amazing.
process. One, the most important one that is going out in these weeks is the loading system. So the level of detail, that is a technique normally applied in the game industry, where inside the environment, inside the overland, you will see the content with different kind of details. The first feature we apply with this technique is constantly connected with the avatar. So if we are 50 inside the room, we have a problem to download 15 characters with the clothes. But applying this kind of technique, the far avatars have a lower detail compared to the nearest one. So in that way, we improve the speed in the rendering activity, in the first rendering activity. So we are going to apply these techniques for also the rest of the environment. So if you have a complex environment with a lot of polygons, we are applying an high poly detail for the near view, for the near object near you, and lowering the details, so the speed in terms of downloading, also in rendering for the far. In that way, we are also optimizing the energy used to renderize the experience, and so we avoid to drain too much battery power. So regarding
That's the Twitter space I should have
you mentioned
put on the screen.
the activity of
I mean, not that
programmability
it
of the
makes a
VR Capture
difference.
One, where you can reverse engineer a real environment. So, of course, you can upload this kind of content in a specific geolocalized place thanks to the mapping also. Of course, this kind of mesh
Frank
detector
Lucent is
can
here.
be
All
very
right.
heavy. And so the downloading time could be a problem, of course. Right now, we are limited the maximum amount of experience of 100 megabytes, but we are going to introduce news about that with different kind of plans. In terms of capability, so if the question is, can I scan with the real capture an object or a part of an environment and put this in with accuracy on the land? Yes, you can do that. Paying attention of the weight or of this asset. I hope to answer to have us to correlate to your question.
Yeah, if I can add, David, another feature that we're working on in order to speed up the download. So basically, the idea is that we can pre-download some content once the GPS knows that you are roughly in a location. So if you are nearby an hexagon with some content and you have the app turned on, we can start downloading it before you even try to relocate to its space. So this can help a little bit, but still, of course, there is the limitation of the 100 megabytes and the speeds of download. But for example, if there are many hexagons around you that have many experiences, we can actually download on the background the other experiences that you are not rendering yet. So that would help in this situation. Of course, if you have the single one, you just open it up and you need to download it. Yes, there is no solution to that. It's just the amount on how big is the file. Hope we answer your question.
Yeah, so if we were going to have, I'm sorry, just one quick follow-up. If we were going to have a hexagon and we wanted to put two different images in the same hexagon, but we wanted it to be in very specific places within the hexagon, so that wherever you're standing in the hexagon, it stays in that exact position. Is there a way to do that?
In the same hexagon, but we wanted it to be in very specific places within the hexagon, so that wherever you're standing in the hexagon, it stays in that position.
And this is what is possible through map to error. So basically,
okay, got it.
Yeah, if you have a location and just use GPS, the thing will not be always in the same place, of course, because you have the GPS error. But with the map location, will be exactly there.
I see. That's very helpful. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks to you for the question.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much for those three amazing questions. So we have two people coming up. There's Mints and Swavery. Mints, you had your hand up. I hope you're not too tired holding it up.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much for those three amazing questions. So we have two people coming up. There's Mints and Swavery. Mints, you had your hand up. I hope you're not too tired holding it up.
And when you look at what some of the successes have been with the app so far, one of the main ones has been collectibles. So there was a lot of people that were collecting that weren't necessarily landowners, may not have any OVR themselves, but they were collecting. They were out playing the game and collecting. And now we see that the maps are kind of, we're seeing a lot of mappers being added. There's new mappers adding every day. It just seems like that's a winner, but I'm wondering if there's any plans to add value to the collectibles that people have collected, because it would be great if I could collect them in my spaces and use them as tokens for entry or something like that. If there was value given to the things that people have already gone out and collected, I think that would attract people into the platform.
Yeah, no, sorry, David, I take this, but then please add. So right now, as you mentioned correctly, I mean, basically we stopped that incentivization that we started at the beginning with just the treasure hunt, let's say, let's go around and collect tokens for NFTs from other projects. And so basically the idea is to move the wall incentivization, the wall direct incentivization to the mapping that, by the way, is not complete yet. So right now, what you see in terms of random extraction is just the first iteration of that. Actually, what will happen next is that we will start incentivizing specific locations for sure. So if you go in the location, you map that location, you will collect something.
Sneaker shop,
so
drink
as a
of
reward
four,
for your
local.
work of mapping that location. So not random extraction, for sure you get something. So, and for the moment, it keeps being simple to not create too many kind of incentivization program. We decide to switch one, to close one, so the treasure hunt, and just open the map to Earth. But basically this idea that you're mentioning, so creating objects, NFTs or whatever that you can collect in places and use as, let's say, money in parts of the platform. This is something that is very powerful, and we definitely would like to switch on again, both, I mean, directly done by us, but also we would like to enable this for creators. So also not only the company itself, but also the creators will be able to switch this functionality, so to have things that can be collected inside of the hexagon and then used as form of payment inside over. This is like what we call map to earn software as a service, and this is something that we plan to release also by the end of the year.
And then use as form of payment inside.
That's great. Thanks very much.
Yeah, thanks to you for the question.
Thanks, Mint. Swavery, come on up.
And this is something that we plan to
Thanks, Carmen. Thanks for having me up, and it's a pleasure to be here. My question is
That's great. Thanks very much.
for either David or
Thanks,
Diego.
Mint.
With respect to
Swavery,
map to
come
earn
on
and
up.
AI, my question is in regards
Thanks,
to
Carmen.
how will you plug the two together?
My question
I'm thinking
is
that it's the most
for
obvious
either
outcome
David
to
or,
have AI interact
Diego.
with map to earn
With
elements.
respect to map
But
to
will
earn
the
and
AI be able to, or will the
my
AI
question is in
avatars
regards
be
to
able to
how
interact with
will you
other
plug the
apps on
two
your
together?
phone or
I'm
within
thinking
the over
that
ecosystem?
it's the most
Like, let's say I
obvious
wanted
outcome
to
to have AI
call an
interact
Uber,
with map to earn
or if
elements.
I wanted to
But will the AI
find
be able
directions
to, or
somewhere,
will the AI
would
avatar
the
be able to
AI
interact with
avatar eventually
other
be able to do
apps
that?
on your phone or
You're
within the
talking
over
about the
ecosystem?
AI avatar.
Like, let's say I
Thanks
wanted
for the
to
question. So
call an Uber,
we are working on
or if I
what
wanted
are
to
called agents.
find
So
directions
in
somewhere,
effect,
would
in a way, we are going
AI
to
avatar eventually be able to do that?
merge the physical aspect of the avatar and then also the brain of the avatar. We are going also to plug in what are called agents. So the opportunity for the avatar to interact with, of course, the environment. So the avatar can understand what's happening inside the environment and can interact with the users inside. But it can also go to the web, interact through APIs with the search engines, so with social networks, or with the booking system. So in that way, we are adding value to what can you do. Because in the times you use, for example, character.ai, you can create, I don't know, your virtual girlfriend or the Elon Musk personality, of course. It's all. You can chat it, you enjoy sometimes to do some chatting activity. But I think the expressivity of the avatar, as you already mentioned, is the fact it can do stuff, it can do things, it can interact with the web. And so I think that will be something huge for over, because in a way I can have it in both in augmented reality, also in virtual reality. In a way, the same avatar is also inside the digital twin, creating text to the nerve and back to earn. And in a way that the avatar can interact also with the external tools next to the web, the content creator can create something amazing that can put for sale, for example. So I spend time my skills to create not only a good chatter, but so an entity to chat with, but also to create a real tool. Can be my touristic assistant, virtual assistant that can book things for me, can change my calendar stuff, do this kind of. And in that way, the content creator will add value to the NFT as we are structuring. So it's an NFT that is not only a personality prompting, but is born. And in that way, for me, that I'm an end user, is easier to approach this stuff. And for example, I see that you build a great, a useful overbrain. I decide to buy it to use for my daily usage. So I think that this is something very important. That this is something that everybody is trying to work on. And I think that in over, leveraging also on the 3D space, on this spatial activity. Imagine the touristic guide that can also move inside the existing chapel. This is something that adds value on value. And so let's create together this kind of stuff. And your idea, your mission, your vision is exactly aligned with what we are doing.
Yeah, and if I can add, we have a very, very early example of that, of course, in a kind of different field, but there is one of the creators on our platform, Metagate, I guess that it's here, that already probably 1 year ago, basically was able to connect an experience with Alexa and then let Alexa do something in their home, like I think switch on the temperature or whatever from the house. So really this idea of having these hooks from the AR metaverse to the physical world or to the digital world is something that is very, very powerful, and I guess that we just need to build these APIs and these hooks, and then, I mean, creativity can explode from there. To the digital world.
Amazing. Very exciting to hear this, and thank you guys both. Keep up the great work.
Okay, so guys, we have thank you, Slavery. Now we have Balboski and Crypto Bangers. I don't know which one
Amazing.
said their
Very exciting to hear
hand
this,
up first,
and,
but
thank you
we
guys
have
both. Keep
about
up the
it's
great
ready
work.
to the hour, but let's take one more question. Balboski. Hi, Balboski. Now we have Balboski and Crypto Bangers. I don't know which one said their hand up first, but we have about it's ready to the hour, but let's take one more question. You're muted, maybe. Balboski. Hi, Balboski. Oh, we can't hear you. I'm gonna bring up Crypto Bangers. Hi, you're on. Balboski, we can't hear you. Or maybe it's just on my end. Maybe. Crypto Bangers. Oh, we can't hear you. I'm gonna bring up Crypto Bangers.
How are you guys doing today? Thank you for taking out of your time to answer each and one of us questions.
On my end.
I got a real quick question that I've been asking for a while.
How are you guys
I am
doing today?
in the music industry, and we're building on over, so we could bring the artist and its fan base a little bit closer. So my question is, I already did an event Friday last week. We had around 60 people pull up through and party with us. So my question is, are you guys gonna enable at some point on the Overgate console, like if I have a production team, I got 3 cameras right away. Will it be possible for me to upload the in real life feed at some point?
Console, like if I have a production team.
Thanks for the question. And regarding the Overgate, we are working on different directions. One, of course, is the fact, and basically this feature is already done. And you will see in I think in the next weeks we'll exit out. Now I have to check with my development team. But the fact that you can stream, for example, live streams from YouTube, or you can stream some videos. First of all, will be the screen sharing, and thanks to the screen sharing, you can share what you like, and what you can use your PC, your notebook, and the live stream for YouTube are the 2 main flows that we already integrated. We are testing right now. And the other aspect, a very interesting aspect, is the fact that we are integrating also the AI, also again an AI model to the body tracking system using a simple webcam. So right now, you know, we are supporting the Rococo suite, but it's costly and is difficult to set up. And for most of the cases, like DJ sets or concerts or live events in general, it's enough to have a web camera well positioned that can track my body joints. And so these are the 2 big things. And Overgate will see a new frontier with the new version, because right now, as you know, there are some limitations or what can you do, but live streams plus body tracking will permit to make more expressive all the stuff. If you refer to the fact to stream more streams on different panels inside the room, I think at the beginning will be 1 stream, but is something I take note because I have to internally check. I don't think that is a big problem. But at the first release, we're coming out with a single live stream. But I take note because I have to go deeply with my team.
Yeah, and in fact,
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
yeah, if I can add just one more technical detail that is under the hood, but I think will make a very big difference. Is that, as you probably, of course, as you know, right now we are rendering 5 people in, full, detail. But thanks to the loading that Davide was mentioning before, basically right now we will be able to get to up to the 50 people all rendered in the room, of course, with different level of detail. Actually, this feature is already live in the app in the background. It's not, you cannot see the result yet because we are still optimizing the bodies for the loading. But this is also something that you're gonna see, and you're gonna see the result in the next month. So as soon as the loading is ready, we will be able to enable this feature. And to me, this will make also a very, very big difference in the feeling that you have over there. So the feeling that you have in the event. So having all the people render over there.
Yeah, thank you. I was asking because I have a production team. We got 3 robotic cameras, and we got 2 handheld cameras, and we're in the talks with an artist. He has around 40 million fan base, and he was really interested on what we did last Friday. So the first thing that he asked is, do we rent a venue? We could do. We can record an event. Can we upload it like in the real life? So hopefully at some point you will, if you already have that emotion with any camera from your computer, hopefully at some point I will be able to connect my video switcher to it. I'm really thrilled with everything that's happening with your project. We've been building for around a year, so thank you for taking your time answering my questions. It's been a lot of help. Thank you very much.
No, thanks to you for building on over.
Thanks to you. If you agree, you can also put in contact with us. And you have probably our, Telegram or email, or you can ask Carmen. Because your feedback is important. So in a way, you have an idea concerning the streaming or the recorded stream of what you do in an event. We can discuss, because in that way we have probably we can fine-tune what we are doing also with your perspective, because your perspective is the producer perspective. We are not producers, you know. So in a way we can also have feedbacks and collaborate in that direction would be cool. For example, my last idea was also to record the entire body tracking of an event, so I can put a playback for that. So it's a simple idea where I can basically record an FBX animation, and then I can replay that. So not only the music stream, like you can check, you can already do, but also the animation of what's happening inside the room. But it's only an idea that we are going to put on the table. But to see what is your perspective to create something interesting in the production field, please send us your feedback so we can figure out with our team what's the best solution. If something possible, we are going to integrate that.
I really appreciate your time and all the effort you guys put to this project. We just continue acquiring land plots because we've got a lot of partnerships. We got a gallery from the United States, our art gallery, which wants to build in the metaverse, and we showed them this project, and they went like crazy. They went like, could we pull off like the actual painting, like the NFT? Can we show it? Could it be 3D? And there, we just acquired last night. We're gonna do an entire attraction with an art gallery, so we're really thrilled to keep building with you. So Thank you very much for everything. We are really bullish with you guys. So thank you.
Thank you so much, and so we can continue the discussion then.
Okay. Yay. Thank you, Crypto Bangers. Now, I know I said that was the last question, but Balboski somehow lost connection, and I really want Balboski to ask his question with Davide and Diego. Please, guys, just stay on a little bit while longer. Come on, Balboski, ask your question.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Balboski somehow lost connection, and I really want Balboski to ask his question with Davide and Diego. Please, guys, just
My
stay on a
question
little
was
bit while
kind of
longer.
following
Come
up
on,
from
Balboski, ask your question.
Can you hear me? Crypto Bangers. It was more so two parts.
Hey,
Spatial
what's up,
audio
guys?
in
Diego
terms of
Davide,
when
what's up?
you play music in there, if you would be able to
My question
be
was
able
kind
to
of following up
as you're moving around, not have the audio be
Crypto Bangers.
so
It was more
overbearing
so
as you're
two parts.
trying to have
Spatial
conversations.
audio in terms of
And
when you
secondly,
play music in there, if you will be
collaborative
able
building.
to
So
as you're
Mint and
moving
I
around,
spend a
not
lot
have
of
the
time on
audio be
Gravity Sketch,
so
right? And
overbearing
we
as
have the
you're
ability
trying to
to
have
work on a
conversations.
collaborative
And
build together
secondly,
by we see both our
collaborative
avatars
building. So
and we're in there working together. Is
Mint
there
and
a
I
possibility
spend a lot of time
to
on
connect
Gravity Sketch,
that on
right?
over, or
And
to
we have the
create that
ability
type of
to
collaborative
work on
build
a
on over,
collaborative build
to where we don't
together
have to export the
by
legacy file, but
both
we
our
just have to all
avatars,
log into the
and we're
same
in there
builder
working together.
to be able
Is there a
to
possibility
collaborate on the
to
build?
connect that on over, or to create that type of collaborative
And yeah,
build
those are just my
on
two
over,
questions. Thanks
to
for
where
the
we don't
time,
have to
y'all. I know
export
it's
the
a little
legacy
late.
file, but we just have to all log into the same builder to be able to collaborate on the build?
Maybe Dave, you're more technical than me on this.
Yeah, so the question is
And yeah, those are just my
to
two questions.
create
Thanks for
something
the
that
time,
Unity
y'all. I know it's a little late.
is doing. So the way you can collaborate on the same stuff, but you mean to collaborate in real time on the same environment. On the question is
Yeah, so you know how when you log into builder.over, it's your individual login. You log in by yourself and you're uploading your own content. Now, what if I wanted to hypothetically work with Sojo, or I wanted to work with Mitch, or I wanted Hexadot to come in so that we could work on a collaborative build together? Has that process been thought of as implementation yet?
That's like
it's a very
huge.
good question. Right now, it's not in our
Sojo, or I
yearly
wanted to work with
roadmap,
Mint, or I
but
wanted Hexadot
it's
to come in
it's a good
so that
question
we could
because we
work
can
on a collaborative
evaluate
build together.
to put that.
Has that process been
It's
thought
not
of
the
as
priority right now
implementation yet?
because we didn't evaluate this
It's a very
like
good
a
question.
priority
Right
because
now,
we are
it's not in
creating,
our
building all the
yearly
ecosystem, and there is a lot of stuff we are still finishing, not to engage
put
more
that.
than user, to
It's
permit
not
the
the
content creator
priority
to
right now because
have
we
more
didn't
tools
evaluate
for
this
that.
like a priority
And
because we are
this
creating, building all
this
the
concurrent
ecosystem, and there is a
creativity
lot of
aspect is
stuff
very
we are still
interesting,
finishing,
very
not
interesting.
to
But
engage
actually,
more
it's
than
not in our
user,
roadmap.
to
I take
permit
note
the
of that.
content creator to
We're going to
have
discuss
more
in
tools
next
for that.
development team,
And
development meeting. Sorry,
this
and
this
thanks for the
concurrent
feedback.
creativity
For
aspect is
sure.
very
Appreciate you guys.
very
Yeah,
interesting.
thanks,
And
Balboski.
actually, in our
Definitely.
roadmap,
I also took notes, and I know
we're going to
Davide and
discuss in the
Diego has
next
also taken
development
notes. So
team,
I know they meet
development
with the
meeting.
dev
Sorry.
team like maybe
And
twice or
thanks
weekly,
for the
and they
feedback.
will bring these
For sure.
your
Appreciate you
questions
guys.
up in your points.
Uh,
Guys, it's 11 minutes past the
Definitely.
hour.
I also took notes,
This
and I
need
know
thank you
Davide
so
and Diego
much.
has also taken
Everybody
notes, so I
who
know they meet
joined.
with the dev team
Just
like
want to
maybe
say
twice or
thank you to
weekly,
Diego and
and they will
Davide for their
bring these
time. I
your
don't know, they're probably
questions up
gonna
in your
go and
points.
head out for dinner,
Guys,
or who
it's
knows,
11 minutes
another
past the
meeting.
hour.
Shout out to
This
everybody
meet,
that
thank you
joined
so
and the new
much,
people here.
everybody who
You are in a
joined.
Twitter space. If you
Just want to
joined
say
on
thank you to Diego and
like
Davide for
after
their
it started,
time. I know
we
they're
are
probably
here
gonna
with
go
Over the
and head out for
Realities
dinner, or
co-founders
who
Davide
knows,
Catini,
another meeting.
CEO, and Diego Di
Shout out to
Tommaso,
everybody that
COO,
joined, and the
talking
new
about
people
how Over
here.
the
You
Reality
are
is
in a
shaping
Twitter
the
space. If
future
you
of
joined
augmented
on
reality.
like
Now,
after it
before we go,
started,
just
we
want to
are
say
here
that
with Over
Diego's
the
going to
Realities
be on a
co-founders
Twitter
Davide
space
Catini,
tomorrow at
CEO,
12
and
p.m.
Diego Di
EST.
Tommaso,
That's New York
COO,
time.
talking
I
about
pinned
how
the
Over
link
the
there. You
Reality
would
is
want to
shaping the
miss that.
future
It's
of
one of our
augmented
partners, XR
reality.
Couture,
Now,
and they're
before we
going to
go,
talk about
just want to
debunking the
say that
metaverse
Diego's going
myth
to be on
of
a
is the
Twitter
metaverse
space
dead.
tomorrow at 12
Also
p.m.
happening
EST.
next
That's New
week,
York
June
time. I
21st.
pinned the
You've
link
heard
there.
it.
You would
Crypto
want to miss
Bangers
that.
NFT.
It's one
He's
of our
going to be
partners,
one of our
XR Couture,
featured
and they're going to talk
creators
about
for our summer
debunking the
series.
metaverse
We'll
myth
be tweeting about
of
that,
is the
so
metaverse
follow
dead.
us on Twitter
Also
to find out
happening
more
next
information.
week,
But
June
he'll be
21st,
doing a
you
1 hour
heard it,
Twitter space
Crypto
and also
Bangers
1 hour
NFT.
Discord
He's going to
tutorial,
be
so
one
you
of
don't
our
want to miss
featured
that.
creators
Also,
for our summer
guys, our Twitter
series.
AR
We'll be
experience
tweeting about
contest,
that.
it
So
ends
follow us
tomorrow,
on
June
Twitter to
15th.
find
So if
out
you
more
are working on
information. But
your
He'll be doing
AR
a 1 hour
experiences.
Twitter
Please
space
get that
and
in
also
by
1 hour
tomorrow.
Discord
And
tutorial, so you
our
don't want to
AR
miss that.
Awards Gaming that
Also,
Davide
guys, our
just said
Twitter
we
AR
launched it
experience
June 6th.
contest,
You
it
have
ends
about 2 months,
tomorrow, June
July,
15th. So
no,
if you
1
are
month,
working
July
on your
8th. It
AR
ends, so get
experiences,
in your
please get
AR
that in by
Awards
tomorrow.
Gaming
And our
submissions.
AR
So
Awards
with that
Gaming
said,
that
everybody have
Davide
a
just
great
said, we
Wednesday,
launched it
great
June
afternoon,
6th.
great
You have
evening,
about
and
2
thank you
months,
so
July,
much.
no,
And
1 month,
always
July
know that this
8th.
is
It
recorded.
ends, so get in your AR Awards Gaming
Thank you to all.
submissions.
And here's
So with that said, everybody have a
All right,
great
guys.
Wednesday,
Bye-bye.
great
Thank you,
afternoon,
Diego and
great
Davide.
evening, and thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
And always
Bye-bye.
know that this is recorded.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Should we
you to all.
continue? No, I got
And
work
here
to
is
do.
some.
Okay, bye
All
everyone.
right, guys.
Honestly,
Bye-bye.
thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Diego
Oh,
and
just wanted to
Davide.
mention Medigate Official will also
Bye-bye.
be our
Bye.
next creator in the
All
Creator
right.
Summer Series. I think that's in
Should we
July. I'll have
continue?
to
No, I
check.
got work to
But
do.
shout out to
Okay,
everybody
bye
that joined.
everyone.
Jali,
Honestly, thank you
Maida.
so much.
Who's
Oh,
the
just
new
wanted to
ones?
mention
The
Medigate
Meta,
Official will
Panda,
also be
Bruno,
our next
Fabio,
creator in the Creator
something with
Summer
the
Series.
green
I think
button
that's
and a
in July.
smiley
I'll have to
face,
check.
and
And
Danielle.
shout out to everybody that
All right,
joined.
guys, I'm
Jali,
logging. And
Maida.
Martian,
Who's
I'm
the new
logging
ones?
out.
The
Bye
Meta,
bye.
Panda, Bruno, Fabio,
Oh,
something with the green button and a smiley face, and Danielle. All right, guys, I'm logging. And Martian, I'm logging out. Bye-bye.
okay, we did it. You know what? So this behind the scenes Twitter space thing that I just did, which I think I did another behind the scenes, but not with Over. It was with the Filipinos in the metaverse. Oh, let me unshare this screen. Yeah, how do I unshare this? Oh, I'll just do this. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that worked. I'll find out. I don't know if this live stream actually picked up the audio from the mobile phone. I think it did with my previous behind the scenes Twitter space with Filipinos in the metaverse. I'm not sure, but the audio wasn't so great. All I can say is there's 2 people watching. Thank you so much for staying on. I'm so glad that I forgot. There were periods during this Twitter space where I forgot I was like live streaming. And I'm so glad I didn't do anything like pick my nose or something. I don't know if I did. I'll have to like watch the stream. Oh, who am I kidding? I don't have time to watch this live stream. Are you kidding me? So if I picked my nose, then I picked my nose. But I don't think I did. I hope not. I hope I didn't. Anyway, yeah, I mean that is so exciting. So I'm going to go and see how many you know what? Let's go back and share. I'm going to go and see how many followers we had. I think we had about, what's going on here? I think, oh, because it ended. I'm going to go and see. I think the height of the Twitter space, oh boy, it was like 20, I think I counted 29 people. I'm going to, okay, I'm just going to message Diego. Thank you for your time. Awesome answers. Hold on, guys. Sorry about the awesome answers. We can never get enough of hearing from you. Now I'm going to go and message Davide. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. My nails, it's like tap, 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 tap. There should be like an ASMR thing. Thank you so much for joining. I know you both are super busy. This really means a lot to the community. Oh, I miss Diego and Davide. I used to the first time I met them was, where is this emoji? The first time I met them was last year in Austin, Texas for the what was it? Oh my god. I can't forget. It started with a C. Oh Lord of mercy. Anyway. Oh my god, legit, I forgot. Anyway, I met them in Austin and it was really amazing to finally see them and like hug them and see how funny they were. They were oh, they're almost like, if you can, they're almost like partner soulmates. And by partner soulmates, I mean like business partner soulmates or entrepreneur soulmates, or their brothers, or I don't know. It seemed like they were best friends forever, when actually, no, they actually met around 2018, 2017. If you don't know the story, Diego was holding a monthly tech meeting, and Davide happened to join, like attend Diego's monthly meeting. I forgot what the monthly meeting was called. Was it in Milan? No, somewhere in Italy, I think, where they live in Udine. And yeah, then after Diego presented what he did in his, because he was like the host of these monthly meetings, the organizers, Davide came up to him, and then they struck up a conversation, and then boom, then hence Over the Reality is born. So that's super exciting. How, wow, I'm kind of blown. You know, when you're hosting on Twitter Space, I don't know if you do, but I'm going to have to cut this, because this is going to be one part where I want to definitely, oh, this is live streaming on my Overland YouTube channel, isn't it? Oh, so this is what I need to say. If you're watching me on on the Overthink AI YouTube channel, please, if you like this live stream, give it a like, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you get to find out when I upload a video or do a live stream, which hasn't been a lot lately. I think my last my last YouTube video was legit June 4th, because I wanted to talk about, you know, the up and coming Apple's WWDC Worldwide Developer Conference, because they were going to release or announce the reality headset, which it's called Vision Pro. So I did that. And then I haven't done anything since, because I'm really busy. And right now I am literally on work time. So I know that one of my really good friends, SS, said, because I always said, oh, I want to live stream, you know, like I don't have any time. And he said, you know what, just get on. And sometimes people just watch with people doing nothing. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, I could do that. Like legit, there are Twitch channels, except this is for YouTube. Except this is on YouTube. So I don't know how that's going to fare on YouTube. I wonder, this live stream app that I'm using is called Melon. It was like a sub-brand of Streamlabs. And I think just last month, they decided to retire the Melon app brand name and like take over, and Streamlabs rebranded it to Talk Studio and put their name with it as well. So nothing has changed. Everything still works the same. It was just a matter of like changing the names, and they owned Melon app anyway. Streamlabs owned Melon app, so it was no big deal. It wasn't, they had to like change everybody's accounts and servers and stuff. So it's basically just a change of name and not really rebranding, but branding it back to, hey, this is us, Streamlabs. So kudos to you. That's what I've been using. I got a pro account, I think 2 years ago now, and legit, I only pay like, it was like 14 something dollars US, and I pay like 15 something dollars with a pro account like forever. So I made that choice to do that because I was thinking, you know what, I'm going to do more live streams. Live streams are so much more easier instead of like, you know, recording a video and having to edit it. Because honestly, I don't know if you know, but I'm trying to I've been trying for the past maybe 4 years now, really streamline my workflow in terms of video editing. So I will record now on, I would record like on Melon or OBS or Streamlabs or whatever. And then I would take that recording and I would like upload it to my like Google Drive, and then download it from my Google Drive to my phone, where I use InShot. Yeah, I use the InShot mobile app. I do have a pro account. I think it's like maybe $19 Canadian or $16 a year. So it's super easy, but it has all these features. And I love InShot because they're coming up with so many more functionalities and features. But I literally edit all my videos on my mobile phone because it's so much easier. I can just hold the mobile phone and with my thumb do this, that, back edit, you know, everything. But I can be recording, like I could be talking for 26 minutes. And of course, there's going to be like stops and starts because I mispronounced something. I didn't say a sentence right or whatever. So let's say 26 minutes, 35 minutes of recording. like the mistakes and everything like that. And I really want to edit it down to at least a 10-minute video, at least. Well, there was a video that I did last month that was like 30, I don't know, I think it was ended up being 40 minutes, 40 plus minutes. And the reason why is because it's been a while since I was talking. So I ended up doing like a lot of mistakes, a lot of like verbal mistakes. So yeah, hence the video was 40 something minutes. And when I edited it down, it was actually like just over 5 minutes. So do you know how long it took? It literally a little bit over 6 hours of editing. It was like ridiculous because you had to cut out all the, I have to find out all my mistakes, which I knew where, because every time I want to restart like a sentence, I always do this. So I know when I scroll through the video, if I see this image or this video clip, I know, okay, that's where I started. But I ended up doing a lot of these just to say one freaking sentence. So I had to keep going back and forth, figuring out which was the better clip, and then putting in the picture-in-picture overlay for the subscribe and stuff like that. And then I just didn't want to add any more like stuff, like extra videos to explain or photos to enhance what I was talking about. Then I'm like, oh, no, who am I kidding? Like, I'm already a talking head. Carmen, Digital Fam, just put something up. So I did. And that took like, guys, like a 40-something minute video that I had to edit, that ended up editing down to like just over 5 minutes. It took like about 6 hours. And I was like using my mobile phone. So it's like, it's crazy. So my point is, it's just so much easier to do a live stream and not have to do anything other than, touch up the description, put in the YouTube like tag words and a better title maybe, and a thumbnail. Like legit, that'll literally take like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Legit. So, but the thing is with doing videos live stream is you really have to be on point. Like, meaning me, I really have to just like hit the topic and not veer off on for my overthink AI YouTube channel. Twitch, on the other hand, is different because it's just a just chatting thing, and I could just literally just whatever, and because I can. I don't really have many followers anyway, so let's just see. But because I use this live streaming app, and I literally live stream to multi-channels, which I love, then I just have to be cognizant of like, I don't know, it's kind of like a mind yoga, but it is what it is. So let's just see. And I don't even know if this is really going to my Overland channel, which I will check later. But yeah, I really want to do this. You know what I really want to do? God, I've been wanting to do this for how many? So I work for Over the Reality, and I do handle their social media. So what I want to do, because the people are doing it, I want to do like a TikTok, which I do have, and an IG, and just say, hey, this is me, and this is what it's like working remotely for an AR platform, and kind of do that. So I want to do like videos where I wake up, get my coffee, those kind of videos where it's almost like cinematic but not, and it cuts like, you jump out of bed, you're brushing your teeth, which I won't show, then you get the coffee, and really good videos, like, but they're really quick, maybe like 20-30 seconds, where the shots are really different. I want to do that, but oh my god, that takes a lot of time editing as well. Like, it would be great if I had like a Instagram husband or Instagram boyfriend or TikTok boyfriend, you know what I'm talking about. But you got to do it all yourself, all at the same time. So with that said, I did finish this live stream. I know I'm going to check. So we use Notion. Notion has a collab, keeping track of tasks. And oh my God, look, I only had one task. And the one task was, oh, I forgot to mention on the live stream that, so our CEO, Davide Cutini, he was recently, I think a few weeks ago, he did a TEDx in, oh God, he did a TEDx in, yeah, I'm not sure. I forgot. Somewhere in Italy, and it starts with a P. Let me see if it's actually in the thumbnail that I asked. No, it's not in the thumbnail. Pordenone, I think. I don't know, but he did a TEDx like a few weeks ago in Italy somewhere, and I'm waiting. Like we've been waiting. Well, I know TEDx records these TEDx talks, so yeah. Davide sent a link last night, and it's in Italian though. So what I did was, well, what I want to do was, obviously do like subtitles so that people can auto translate it in English. But it's really good. Like I legit have the pitch deck for it, and the like everything in Italian, like his talk. Uh, but of course I had to translate that in English because like I was like, what? It was kind of long, which was good. I think it's only a 12-minute video. So that's what I wanted to say in the Twitter space. I wanted to say that, oh, we have the video for Davide's TEDx talk, and we will be uploading it, posting it, and sharing it. That's what I forgot to say. And you know what? I made a mental note, but obviously, I don't know, it just didn't click in. And now I know what I need to do. So if you don't know, I created a run of show document where I put the questions in and the lead in like sentences, and I shared this document with Diego and Davide. So they are fully aware of what questions I'm going to ask them. Now they're really great at oh, I'm getting a message. They're really great. Oh, got to multitask. Aw, they're really great at talking on the spot, but it's always good. I always want to make sure that they're prepared fully so they really know what to say, because I kind of wanted to ask the questions that I asked. And I think there was one but the thing is, when you when you create a document where they both can see all the questions ahead of time, sometimes they run in and they respond to the next question. And you can tell when I asked Diego a question, and he kind of said, oh, well, Davide kind of answered it. And as a host, I should be cognizant of that and know that, like, except it's my morning, okay? Like I'm online at 8:30. I wake up obviously before 8:30, but I make sure to be online here at this, I call it the DF studio, Digital Femme Studio, like this setup here. I make sure I'm online. I check my messages. I check Notion for the tasks. I check like the socials to see like if anybody's asking questions and stuff like that. I kind of like do all that in the first 10-15 minutes and respond to whatever I need to respond. So obviously I got up a little bit earlier. I was kind of like online, but I didn't show I was online. And then I answered stuff at 8:30 my time, getting ready for the Twitter space that started at 9 my time. So where am I going? Oh, so cute. Yeah. What? See? Oh, sorry guys. I just had a message from on Discord, and I am responding. So where am I going with this? See, I forgot. I totally forgot. Yeah, I forgot to mention that the Davide's TEDx talk will be uploaded soon, and plus I'm working. So the good thing is, I'm gonna see if I could still be on here. Maybe I should end this. I think I should end this and just come back on and just be chill and not be on my Overland channel, which I think I'm gonna do, because yeah, that's just, and plus I think I need a bathroom break. Like legit. Have you seen me drinking? You've seen me drinking. I don't know how many milliliters, or did I get enough coffee? Oh, did somebody kind of. I don't know if this person yeah. Sorry guys, like yeah, about 1 cup. About 1 cup. Coffee doesn't really make me stay up. And maybe I'm just delusional when I say that, but honestly, it's like I just love coffee for the taste. The reason why I say coffee doesn't really keep me awake, water keeps you more awake. Only one? I really only have 1 cup, or the max 2. Oh, so coffee doesn't really keep me awake. I just love the idea of coffee. I love the ritual. I love the ritual of having coffee and, however you make it. I have a little Nespresso that I have for like maybe 3 years and now. So I have the original Nespresso and you do the whatever you do with the Nespresso and then the smell of the coffee. And then it kind of like, coffee. The idea of having coffee in the morning is so much it's like the idea of I'm going to do something, I'm going to start my day, what are the possibilities. Yeah, legit, that's what coffee means to me, and I'm sure other people have that too, but that's what coffee means to me. It's and the cup, holding the cup and just feeling like you're part of society, because well, I know if there are people out there that don't drink coffee, good for you, no judging there, and they have like, I don't know what they have, almond milk, whatever. But I know for a lot of us, the coffee community, it's like one of the first things you do in the morning for whatever reason. But for me, it's such a ritual, such a morning ritual to start my day. But with that said, I don't always have coffee the first thing in the morning. That's the thing. It's almost like, so if I'm gonna have meetings with Over the Reality and they're over in Italy, I'm usually the meetings start around 8:30 my time. So it depends. Like there was that time when I was editing for 6 freaking hours and I decided to do a video to talk about the pre Apple WWDC on a Sunday night. So I started like yapping at about 9:35, 9:36 at night, and I thought, oh, I could do this. I'll just do a video and I'll edit it. No, because I think I stopped yapping at about 10, after 10 o'clock. And then it took me like, oh my God, like just under 5 hours, 4 hours to edit. And then I went to bed about 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I woke up like at 7:30, quarter to 8. Oh, but you have big cups. Not really. Oh my God, hang on. The cup looks big, but it's only, sorry guys, less, you know what, I don't, less than half the cup. Oh, here's my pet, it's not a pet peeve, but, and I'm doing it, I'm a freaking hypocrite. When you're watching a YouTube channel and then people apologize for like, oh, the lighting, or oh, they apologize, oh, sorry, my hair looks like this, or sorry, my face looks like, I'm saying, who gives a shit? Like, I'm just here to hear you talk. It's good that I can see you. Just talk, damn it, talk. So my point is, when people apologize for stuff, it's like, really? So when I'm saying sorry, guys, I kind of like, I say it, but then it's cringe to me. Like, I actually say sorry, guys, like I'm typing, like, who gives a crap, right? Like, it's cringe. Isn't it crazy? Like, I'm almost like two persons. No, I'm not bipolar, but it's almost like there's me and then there's another me. There's like an energetic me, and the energetic me I love. Like the energetic me is so like, she is, he is, they are. Mwah. The human me, she's another story. She's a whole other story. Like, there are times, I think there are, I don't even know if I said this on video, but I've said it definitely on meetings and on Twitter Spaces, not on Over the Reality's Twitter Spaces. I've said this in meetings where it's like, yeah, like human, sorry, no, not judging, but really humans, it's like, yeah, no. If we could just all be energies, but then I guess if we were all just energies, we wouldn't like exist in physical form as matter, which I would rather much do, because being human sucks. Yeah, it does. I know people say, oh, but digital fam, you could smell the flowers and you could like taste the food and like have orgasms and shit. It's like, yeah, okay, but come on, let's get on with it. I'd rather just be energetic always, so you don't have to like go through because humans have all these like up and down emotions. And yes, I have not meditated for a while, or I kind of did. Okay, I lied. I did last night, but it's not to the extent of how I used to like 3 years ago. Like legit, I would meditate like every morning, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and then do my yoga, which I haven't done for like a long time. Or I could just like, just stop myself in the middle of like the day, whatever I'm doing, and take 3-5 minutes out to just, you know what I mean? And I haven't been doing that. So, and I could tell because obviously sometimes I do get triggered by certain things, which I still got to work on. And at least I'm aware of that. So like I said, I really need to stop this live stream so I can have a bathroom break. And I did check Notion. Let me check Twitter. Everything is good. Oh, I got to get back with that Crypto Bangers because I really need his PFP. Why does this say stop sharing? What am I sharing? What? I don't understand. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's what I got to do. Now I'm going to check Telegram. I think nobody else is really talking to me on Telegram. Whoops. Okay, Diego just had to run off and have lunch. Oh, yes, I have to do a Zanello thing. So, okay. All right. So, guys, girls, I hate saying guys. Like, I need to have, I'll just say people. People. Because another cringe thing with me is when I watch YouTube channels. Oh, somebody's calling me. There's so many things going on right now. Somebody's calling me and then they're not calling me. Let's see how this handles. I'll call them back. Oh, that means... Wait, I have to end this stream. I'm going to end this stream. Bye, guys. I thought this guy was... Okay, this person was... I have to end this stream. Thank you so much for watching. Where am I? Where is this stream? I don't know where it is. There's so many things going on. Oh, here it is. I am on that thing. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to like answer this and then I'm going to have a pee break. Yes, I got to pee. All that water I drank. And then I'm going to come back on, but not on YouTube, just on my regular Twitch digital fam. So if I see you, if I don't, I don't. Thank you so much for watching, the 2 people. But I will come back on. I don't know, but I'm going to burst, man. My bladder is going to burst. Okay, bye, everybody. I'm probably going to need to edit this. Where's my mouse? Oh, I got to get a new mouse. I'm ending it. Ciao. Thanks for watching, 2 people. Play outro and end stream. No, really, what's the outro?